Okay then, so welcome back to another episode. In this one, you can see we are looking at a new stock. This one is currently worth only 1 cent, 1.2 cent actually. It is called ASTI, and of course this one is a request of a subscriber, so in tonight's episode we are going to be looking into this one. So of course we have a lot of good things to note with this one. From about the 14th of January, we can see relatively decent gains of about 73%, and of course over the past 5-day period, we are seeing a whole increase of about 132%. The 1 month chart is showing us some very big increases as well. We can see we are up, well actually it's not registering, but we are up significantly on that chart, and we can be asking ourselves the question now of, is this one actually a decent buy? Well, of course in tonight's episode we are asking all of those questions, and I will do my best to answer them. So if it does sound like a good plan for an episode, guys, please do leave a like and subscribe. It would be massively appreciated. You guys know we are trying to grow the channel, so thank you for all the support. Let's keep that one going. On top of that, guys, if you do want to come and talk to us in Discord, link to our Discord server is down in that description box. But with all that being said, I am not a financial advisor, so do your own research, but we are going to jump straight in. So guys, clearly looking on the 5 days, we are seeing some relatively decent gains in price, and of course a lot of this is coming from the 15th of January, which was Friday. So of course the big question for this one is, into the next week, are we going to see this growth continue? Personally, in my opinion, I don't think it's impossible that could happen. I think that the Monday could definitely present some interesting opportunities, or at least a Tuesday, sorry, because the markets aren't open on the Monday. But yeah, very interesting opportunities going into next week. Honestly, I think the whole of next week may be positive, but I think there will be a few days at the start of the week which could definitely present a small sell-off, but I do think there will be enough strength in the stock after that to hopefully pull us up to a new potential high of the 5-day period, and of course see some strength. So of course this one really is picking up motion. I would not be surprised if it saw a sell-off, because like I said, over the past day or so we are looking at a gain of 36%. It is a very big increase, and it would just make sense if it was to sell off a bit, so I wouldn't be too concerned in my opinion. Arguably, it could be a decent buy opportunity when it comes to stock, because of course right now it is a decent stock and it is extremely cheap, but of course if we can get it for even cheaper, it just makes sense to wait a day or two. So of course, very interesting opportunity with this one. Looking at what the company actually does, they obviously they're in the solar technologies region, and of course I have actually had a look on their website. Very interesting products that they do offer. Interesting things to note about the company: market cap is obviously 187.38 million, so we can see it is relatively large in terms of penny stock market caps, so it's kind of interesting to note that. And I do think from a company standpoint, this one is going to see some growth in the stock price in future months. Honestly, it's a very cheap stock right now, and I do think, yes, it does make sense that it's going to be a relatively cheap stock for some time to come, but I don't think it's valued at 1 cent, guys. Of course, it's extremely cheap. It is so cheap, it's hardly even worth mentioning. So in my personal opinion, what I would do when it comes to this one is, I would not buy too much of this. And I know that sounds a bit insane, being as I have just forecasted growth, but of course, 1, I am not a financial advisor, and 2, it's important to note that with these penny stocks, they are often very volatile. So of course, yes, big profits can be made on these, but just as quickly, big losses can be made. So of course, you know, if you were to buy 10 or 20 pounds worth, that would obviously buy you a few thousand shares, and at that point, I don't think it's too bad of a buy in my opinion. Now, if I was going to buy those shares, I would definitely call them a speculative play and buy them now, and maybe hold them for 1 to 2 years and see where we are in that time frame. Obviously, we could see some gains in next week, and I do think it could definitely be a potentially good swing trade, but in my personal opinion, with these small penny stocks, when I do see potential in them, I definitely would, buy them now and hold them for a few years. But that's just my personal opinion. So overall, guys, this is a new penny stock to bring to your attention. It was the request of a subscriber, and honestly, I don't think it's too bad of a pick. When we're looking at this one, I can see growth into the next week if we are very careful. I think the first few days, like I said, may be a sell-off, but from there, I can see some strength building up, and hopefully we will break to new highs of the 5-day period, and we'll see that growth continue. So of course, yes, very volatile day on the 15th. Let's hope the 17th and 18th can actually just bring some more strength, hopefully, once that sell-off does end, and then we'll hopefully be able to move in to some more decent growth, and obviously see the pattern continue, and hopefully reach 2 cents cents soon, which would of course present a very large increase. So of course that 2 cent mark, I don't think it's going to come like in the next 2 or 3 days, so please don't get me muddled up with that one. I do think it will be in the next few months if we do reach that one, but either way guys, I do see this one as a potentially decent buy. But as always, please do make sure to do your own research on this and all that kind of good stuff. But either way, if you did enjoy the video, please do leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye until then.